those that are here. That's good. Hope everybody had a good Halloween. I see 2 of you are activated. Yes, you and Bobby are activated. Not the rest of us. So let's give a warm clap. Congrats to Joanne, Pro 5. So we're excited. I love seeing all these ranks. We're really starting to get some
awesome
ranks.
Joanne.
Hey, Joanne, are you there? You can talk to us.
She doesn't have to turn it on if she don't want. I know some people are still shy. The rest of us just show up as we are, right? So we've gotten comfortable. We've got past that. And you know what? That's part of this business. So, one of the things that I want to talk about tonight, and there's actually a bunch of things that are going to come into play. But, we're in the networking business. And I know that's not a surprise to you, but what does that mean to you? I mean, there are so many different ways for people to network these days, not just social, maybe not just the people you come across, the people that are in your phone contacts, whatever it might be. We really need to get better at networking. And when I say networking, I don't mean networking for the purpose of always recruiting. I think we need to make it a point of being out, collecting people's numbers, making new friends, working through the friends that we have, and I just think about what's gone on, this last week, and some of you know, and some may not, we're going to be out. Zoom is going to be out. Jaya and a bunch of us are going to be out in Chicago. So probably for the last 2 weeks, every time I talk to somebody, even though they live in Denver, they live in California, they live in Arizona, I'll say, who do you know in Chicago? Who do you know in Chicago? Because I don't know anybody in Chicago. That's how you build your network. Wherever you're going, wherever people are going, if you need to look at the blue calendar, whatever the company is doing, let's say, and some of you have done a really good job of this, and sometimes this can take up a lot of time, but you've made another friend in LifeVantage. Okay, you're good friends with somebody from a group that's down in Texas or whatever, and you're talking to them all the time. Well, what about if they're doing a meeting, you send somebody to that meeting and let that person take care of you, take care of your person. There's all different ways that we can do this, but I think sometimes we just get so focused on it's got to be with the intent of looking at our business right away and not creating that friendship, or just, going after them on social and making sure, because you're going to see what's going to happen is the number of people you meet, the more people you put in your phone, the more people's numbers you have, you're going to be able to reach out to them at different times and just say, who do you know? Or I've got something new, with the collagen, one of the things that I've been able to do is people that I haven't talked to in forever, I'm able to call up and just, say, hey, how are you doing? What's new? And, we've got a new collagen, what do you know about collagen? And have that conversation. So, not every day looks the same, but you've got to be working with people. You've got to be talking to people. You've got to be collecting people's names. We sometimes we call it databasing. You know what? And maybe it is databasing. You put it in your phone. You put in where you met them, how you know them, and stuff, with the intent maybe of being a friend at that point. I mean, I do it with tennis all the time. I collect names and numbers all the time, because I never know when I'm going to circle back around to that person and pick up the phone and ask them, maybe it's an area they're living in, maybe it's somebody they know, whatever it is. But, we have to do more of this networking, and it's easier in person. The best thing you can do is, get on social, meet a person, and just say, hey, in your local area, because we always used to have a saying, you build your local area first. Do not go anywhere else until you build your local area. So you get on Facebook, and I'll tell you a bunch of different ways today, and I want you to take note of this. And I think we've gone through this before, but sometimes life gets so hectic we forget to do some of this stuff. But go on Facebook, put your town in, and put in restaurants, put in ladies groups, put in pickleball, put in whatever you want, put in something, and up will come all these names. Now, you may see some names there, so maybe you want to connect with them. You can go to the part that says new, and you can say, hey, I see you're new in the group. I'm new in the group. What made you join the group? Start a conversation with them. as soon as you get that conversation, just say, hey, why don't we go to, I don't even drink coffee. And I can't tell you how many, Bobby can vouch for me. I can't tell you how many Starbucks and Paneras and Dunkin' Donuts I've been in, and I don't even drink coffee. But it's really easy to extend a hand to somebody and say, hey, let's meet for coffee. So, all of a sudden you meet and you spend 15 minutes, a half an hour with them. You've got people in common, you've got things in common with them. Maybe they're not the person, but they lead you to the person that is. And unless you start to do all this and have all these pieces going, it's a slow burn. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a slow burn. If you're just going to sit just social and not get out and meet people, it's going to be a slow burn. It's not going to be what you want. But buying somebody a cup of coffee, after a while, you can go down your phone list. And let's say LifeVantage does something crazy. Like, let's say per tandem is 50% off for the next 3 days. Do you know who you're going to call? Who you're going to be excited about? What if they said every person that starts a business gets $1,000? Could that motivate you to call some people? How many people do you want in your phone list if they do something crazy like that? So like I said, it's not always with the intent that you're going to necessarily talk business with them. But if you friendship with them, you can always come back around, be a friend of them. Because, the sad thing that Bobby and I have seen locally with the people that we've gotten with, a lot of people are lonely. And I don't mean that there's not people around, but they're lonely. There's nobody to listen to them. There's nobody to talk to them. A lot of people are looking for friends. I don't know if it's the pandemic. I don't know what it is. Reach a hand out to somebody. You'll be amazed. You'll have a new friend, and you never know where that friendship's going to take you. You never know where they're going to take you. And you've heard us say before, this whole business is not built on the people that we personally introduced. If we went around here, most of you, it wasn't what, we didn't sponsor you initially, you weren't our front line. You might be our second line, our third line, our fourth line. And we look at our organization where the width is and where the volume is and where the runners are, if you want to call them, or the builders. They're generally not the people you sponsor. After a while, they are somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that really is able to take it to a whole nother level. So, I want us to work on that. So go into Facebook and look for your town and a hobby, ladies 50, new people to the area, whatever it might be. Put in a couple different things. Find out what you want, so that you find a group. Easier if you find a public group, and there's many of them. So, if your town is too small, do the county, or, do something different there, so that you can pick up. The other thing, as we go into, and maybe as a favor to Jaya and Zoomer and I, as we go into Chicago, go up into your Facebook and put, friends of, you put friends in Chicago, something like that. And you'll find that all your friends, particularly if you're somebody like me, I have almost 5,000 friends on there. I don't know them all. I don't know most of them. I delete and add people like, I don't know what, just doing that all the time. So I don't really know a lot of them where their location is, and it gets confusing. So I can just put friends in Chicago, and up comes everybody that I know that's in the Chicago area. And so now that I can reconnect, go look at their wall, come up with a conversation. I mean, it's even, I've been saying with the birthday messages and stuff, the way that you want to do the birthday message is just not that pat birthday message. Go to the wall, pull something from the wall, because, if you look at it, you might have 2 birthday messages. Maybe they didn't get back the first time, but I've learned it's because we didn't make it personal enough. So I look at the wall and I'll say, oh my God, that has got to be the cutest little pup I've seen. Oh, by the way, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Have a great day. What are you doing? What's your pup's name? Just something so that they have to get back even more, and you've changed the message. And you've made it a little bit more personal with them, because I can tell you, I've had people that got back to me, and, I have a name here that would probably shock most of you. And I'm not even going to say it here because I'm going to keep it if it happens. I'm telling you right now. I might place it somewhere. But, it's an old person that we worked with, did great in our first business, did amazing in our first business, wished her a happy birthday. And then I just, when she got back and she said thanks, and that's all she said was thanks. I just said, hey, I don't know if you've heard, we've got a new collagen product. It's an activator, makes your body produce collagen. Would you take a look at it? She said, sure. That's what's going on. But if we don't ask the question, you don't get those answers. You don't get sure. And that's, there's two words that I hear all day long. It's when I send the video, they say interesting. And when I ask if they want to take a look at it, they say sure. And it's that easy. You use the word open. Nobody ever says, no, I don't want, or I can't, if you look at my messages, I can't remember the last time that I had somebody say, no, absolutely not, or you're a creeper, or whatever they might say. I don't even know what they would say because they don't say it. We just have to send the invites out there. And if you're struggling with sending an invite out there and starting a conversation, just ask us and we'll help you. You just got to start that conversation, because again, and you've heard this before, the person who talks the most wins the most, or has the most recruits, or whatever you want to say. But the conversations have to be started. And that's the only way that you're going to build your organization. It's not through osmosis or anything else. And if you're not good at it, and I know I was not always good at it. Certainly had to learn it over the years. I was an extreme, introvert, but, over time that desire is there, that, you'll thumper around and you'll work through it and you'll make your goals. So if your goal is, and we've talked about goals, if you only do 2 reach outs every day, 5-10 minutes, because again, you don't need to be on the phone. Think about the organization you could have, because those people keep coming around, and it's like you're friends first, but you're warming them up. Every time you send them an invite to something, you're warming them up, and they see your enthusiasm, they see your commitment, they see your excitement. And finally, it's got to be in their head. They're like, I got to be a dummy for not at least taking a look, because she's been doing this for a couple months. She's still very excited about it. Things are happening. And FOMO takes place. They're like, well, I'm going to miss this, because, it's such a big business at this point. But again, think about, who do you know? Friends of friends, ask for referrals with your customers. Make sure the fat burn piece that came out with the 100, I don't know how many people I told, 181 calories a day extra burn. What is that a week? What is that every 3 weeks? That's a pound here. Who going into the holidays wouldn't love to be down, women, 5 pounds? I still remember the first time we got involved in multi-level marketing. Bobby's going over all the numbers, and, I just said, whoa. I said to my friends, do you want to earn $1 million, or do you want to lose 10 pounds? They were all like, 10 pounds, 10 pounds. Everybody wanted to lose 10 pounds. So put the 181 times 7, put it out a couple weeks, and you've got 5 pounds. Who wouldn't want 5 pounds lost? So anyway, those are just, I'm excited. Got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things going on. And a lot of you are doing good, but I feel like if we could have some more conversations, it's just, sky's the limit for all of us. Bobby?
Oh, you were just going
on my rant tonight.
So let me grab a pen and paper, and so anyway, I know Joanne's playing possum tonight, but she's about at 30,000, not at 20. It was just a matter of getting a little more volume in another leg. Okay, the volume had been there for a while, so congratulations, Joanne. I know Jaya, it was her all-time high in volume, and Catalina is again only with us for 3 months now, but it was her high. So they both qualified for Pro 4 and Pro 5 again. So Jaya, you only got 1 more or 2 more and you're qualified for the school. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4 times, but I think it might be 4. I'm not sure, but it don't matter. You're there for life now anyway. So
I will be there.
yeah, so it doesn't matter. But I know Kenneth did qualify for the school last month, so he's locked in there too. I'll get caught up with all the rank advancements and things in the next day or 2. But seriously, on the November 5th, Saturday morning in Chicago, that's at Dr. Grege's office, Catalina's office. It seats about 50 people. There's going to be more than 50 people there. And if you want to get a guest excited, getting them walking into a full room where maybe they have to stand is about the most exciting thing you could ever do. Okay. And somebody texted me today, and I just want to let you know, and this was a little out of the blue, but we've been working pretty close with Brian and Holly Highfield, and they're in Sarasota. And Holly is doing, they're in Sarasota, Florida, and Holly is doing a sip and glow at their house on, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's the 9th, November 9th. And she said that we were welcome to tell our team about it and let me know. And if you have someone down in that area, that she'd be happy to host it. So, and that, it's funny, that goes right in line with what April was talking about earlier. When you meet someone in another area, those kind of doors open. And in our old company, we had a dual sponsoring program. And I know most of you have never heard of that, but some of you have, where it allowed a person to have two sponsors, where one was the primary, one was the secondary, and you actually could split people. And the whole purpose of that was being able to plug people in geographically when they were near somebody in an area where you could plug them in and that person had a financial interest in taking care of them. But anyway, that company's out of business. But you know, we got used to doing things that way. And when you make friends in other areas, those opportunities become available. Just like I didn't ask Holly what they're doing in Sarasota. She texted me, oh, by the way, okay, and this is at their house, not even at a hotel. So it shows you the relationship and the trust that's there. She made it known that they were doing something in their house, and we're welcome to tell our team in case you got anybody that lives near Sarasota that is on Collagen or interested in checking out Collagen, that she'd take care of them. So, but write these dates down, please. November 9th, we are having a Collagen launch, okay, our launch, and the 29th. So it's going to be the 9th and the 29th, okay? 29th to be the day before the month ends, okay? November's got 30 days, so it'll be the night before. And then we want to get one in the middle there. I'm away the next week. The next week probably would have been ideal, but I'm out of town. So we're going with those dates. So 9th and 29th. Great news. You probably already heard this, but all back orders have been shipped on Collagen. Okay. They've all been shipped, and there's about 3 million, a little less than $3 million in inventory in stock on Collagen now. So have at it, man. Just knock yourself out. And Steve Irvin is in Japan, and it's been tough. He's been placing orders for us and stuff from Japan. And, you know, it's 13 hours on the clock, and they're 13 hours ahead. Okay. So it's like, it's not 7:19 in the morning over there. It's 8:19. Okay. In the morning over there. So we've been just coordinating, but I said, and April got an order from somebody for 42 months worth of Collagen the other day. And Steve was kind of like, ooh, they're getting bigger. I said, Steve, you ain't seen nothing yet. We used to do $40,000 orders in our old company on a regular basis. So you ain't seen nothing yet. Some of these doctors and salons and spas and retail establishments, they just want to buy it at a discount and sell it, and they don't care a whole lot about anything else. So when that case comes up, we'll take care of it. And otherwise, everybody's on subscription. So the topic I did want to talk to you about tonight, with New Orleans, you're going to have a very, very difficult time if you wait to the last minute, because it's right after Mardi Gras. We've been checking into things. We bought our tickets already. We're flying in. I know some people said they're going to drive in, but I'm telling you, if you're planning on going there, there's going to be a massive new rollout from LifeVantage, something that you've never seen before, never heard before, just some massive new things and changes in the company. But you are not going to be able to go last minute and find a cheap hotel or a cheap Airbnb. The plans need to be made early, okay? Because the hotels are already pressing 400 a night, okay? Already, okay? So the company has got a couple room blocks where they're about 250 a night. Most of them will sleep 2 to 4 people, so people can share if they need to. But please, I know a lot of you are registered already and you think you're okay. Hey, getting registered for $79 was very smart, but you need to be looking at your airfare. You need to be looking at your hotel. You need to lock something up because it's going to get more expensive as we get closer. So just keep that in mind, okay? And I know a lot of people, I mean, there's some people here in Florida that said they're going to drive. It's 8 hours from where they live. Hey, that's great, okay? But if you're planning on a plane and you're planning on a hotel, start watching your prices now and look to get it when you can. We're going in a little early. Our plans are to have an Airbnb. We have not started looking yet, but that is our plan, to get an Airbnb that'll hold 8 or 10 people. And we'd love to see 2 or 3 other people do the same thing. But just a heads up on that, because we have started digging into it and we did buy our tickets. Our plan is to arrive on Wednesday and go home Sunday, even though, you know, the event is Friday and Saturday, Thursday, if you're leadership training. But anyway, the thing that I wanted to talk about is the value of doing business early in the month. You know, I've been studying this in our business for the last 6 months, and last month was really an anomaly. I don't even know how to explain it. I was telling April, you know, some people just killed it. I mean, just killed it. There were parts of our team that just absolutely kicked butt, and then there were other parts that didn't enroll a person. I mean, nothing. They just did nothing. And it was, I'm trying to figure it out there. We're all doing the same stuff. We're all doing the same trainings. We're all plugging into the same Zooms. We're all using the same launches. So here was a common denominator that I picked up on, okay? The ones that are killing it start working on the 1st of the month, okay? There was no mistake. If I went down and looked at our top 10, okay, they all had enrollments in by the 3rd, 4th, 5th day of the month, okay, before the first subscriptions went out on the 5th. So I'm going to be monitoring that very closely moving forward, but it's impossible to have a big end of the month unless you've gotten the wheels rolling, the snowball moving uphill so you can push it downhill at the end of the month, okay? So, you know, I'm telling you, if you start doing that, you're going to see your business explode. And the company is doing things that is going to make businesses explode. And I'm telling you, you know, this year, the next 12 months between now and where are we in Texas? San Antonio. Okay, next October, the Life Vantage that you see now is going to be very different than the one you see a year from now. Now, the collagen stuff and some of the things that are going on, that's just the beginning of it. There is just a lot of change coming, and change for the better. And you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. They fired everybody, okay? And they hired all new people. Well, what does that tell you? That tells you they're making changes, okay? They didn't, you know, so I don't know what those changes are, but I do understand, and I do read the stock reports, and I do own stock, and I do follow things, okay? When you fire everybody, okay, then, and you bring in new people to do everything, they're going to make some changes. And the people that came in have been responsible for taking companies from scratch to 500 million, from 100 million to 600-700 million. These people know what they're doing, and they've been analyzing since they've gotten their jobs. Okay. And I'm excited. Not only do we have this amazing collagen that nobody in the world has, okay? Could you imagine if part of their plans were, and again, I have no clue what they're doing, but can you imagine if they're planning on having 2 or 3 things by next October in San Antonio that have the kind of demand that collagen has? You know, maybe they're in different areas or something. That would be kind of exciting. You know, I mean, look at all the different bonuses they've been playing with, the collagen cash, the bonus pools, the MVPs. You know, now it's the Pro 4. Use your heads, folks. okay? Use your head. They warned us, and I call it a warning, okay? They warned us, you want to have everybody be a Pro 4 or above before March, before the New Orleans thing. Well, read the tea leaves, okay? They're saying that for a reason, okay? And then they're also saying, if you're above that, okay, if you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever you might be, you want to have as many Pro 4s developed before March, okay? So, and what I got out of that, and maybe you heard it differently than me, but April and I have talked about it a lot. It's not the $400 you get for reaching it, and it's not the $200 that you get for helping someone achieve it, okay? It's not that. It's what awaits after March for the person that achieves that, okay? So I know hey, there isn't a single person here that wouldn't figure out how to spend an extra $400 tomorrow, okay? We could all always take the extra money, but read the tea leaves a little bit. There's a reason why they have set us up for that. There's a reason why they cut off the college in cash last month and started new this month, okay? These people are smart, okay? And they know what they're doing. So we only get it moving forward now. Now we get it off everything we did in October, but then all of those names drop off, and now we start fresh in November with college and cash with new people, okay? Well, there's a reason for all of this, okay? And I'm telling you, what April was talking about was spot on. We need more activity. We need more enrollments. I have a feeling that acquiring customers is going to be even more beneficial 6 months from now than it is now. And it's hard to believe. Like, you look at college and cash and I'm like, $60 on a new person, 45 and 15. How could it get any better than that? I don't know. But I know one thing, they want us acquiring thousands and thousands and thousands of customers, okay? And along the way, looking for folks to help us acquire those customers, meaning new distributors. So the one thing I do want to share, and I'm going to throw it back to April and then open it up, is when you're talking money, and let's say everything's collagen right now, okay? When you're talking money, and even when we do the collagen launch, I only show, making $600 in your first 60 days, okay? Make sure that if you're like April, if you're sitting at a Starbucks or a Panera's or a Dunkin' Donuts, and you're kind of doing what we call a napkin presentation, whether you're using your iPad, your computer, you're just flipping through some paper, make sure you use something like the earnings and incentive sheet that shows what people get paid per rank. Okay, make sure, sometimes I do that and sometimes I don't when I do a launch, but you want to show them when you're talking collagen, you want to know, this $700 a month that you make in passive income, residual income, both words we're not allowed to use, so call it repeat income, okay? Or I like subscription income. Subscription income is safe. You can use that one. But see, the $700 that you earn as an average of a Pro 5, okay? That's just about 40 people on collagen. If we got 3 other people plus ourselves and we each got 10 people, that's a Pro 5 business. That's $700 in subscription money. Know what a Pro 5 means. Know what a Pro 4 means. Okay, a Pro 4, that's 10,000. Okay, well, divide 112 points into that. That's about, what's that, 80? Okay, or something like that, So you divide that into it, and I think that's 9,960 or something like that. So, know what that means, because you're going to need to show people the bigger money that comes at Pro 4, Pro 5, Pro 6. You can say, hey, my sponsor has a Pro 6 and a Pro 8 business. Look at the incomes of those two. They got both of them. Okay. So you don't need to be there. You say, my business partner is here and here. Okay. There's 15 people in the company that are earning Pro 10 money. What is that? Well, that's over $1 million a year. Okay. The momentum, folks, for the very first time in 13 and a half years that the company's been in business, the first time ever, 2 months in a row, 2 brand new Pro 10s. Never happened before in the history of the company. Tara Wilson last month and Sean and Michelle Poe this month. We love both of them. We're good friends with both of them. Nobody's been more deserving than the Poes and Wilson. Okay. Back-to-back months for the first time. It tells you the momentum is swinging. You're looking. I didn't look close because I've been busy doing some other things with the business, but I know there was a number of other elite distributors this month that were new too. I saw at least 3 or 4 new Pro 7s. Okay, I know the Poes had 2 of them, and then some came from other groups, but you're seeing the elites break again. Okay, all during COVID that stopped. All during, when we first came out of it, it stopped, but it's all happening again. And you've seen it in our group. You've seen the rank advancements. You've seen it. Okay, so let's up the activity. Let's not rule anybody out. Make friends for the purpose of making friends. I went to a Halloween party the other night with April. Okay, and to show you how I've changed. Okay, I'm not big on putting on costumes, but if I need to be a goofball, so be it. Okay. April looks great in whatever she freaking puts on, so it doesn't matter. Okay. She could be Olivia Newton-John in black leather. She could be a scarecrow. She could be, it doesn't matter. But I'm not a fan of costumes, but a new collagen customer of ours that used to live near us, that moved over into a rooftop condo over in Daytona Beach, invited us to a Halloween party. Here's how I look at it now. Okay. I wasn't going to know a single person at the party, which meant everybody was a prospect. I had no competition. And all we did was make friends with everybody that was there. No business. I think one lady actually asked what we did, and we explained a little bit about what we did, but just made friends. Found out if they were on Facebook so we could connect, exchange phone numbers with a couple of people.
We took lots of pictures.
What's that?
Pictures of people.
We took pictures.
Flattered. People get very flattered if you say, "Oh, let me take your picture. Let's take a picture together." And when you offer to do it for them, you see them struggling with a selfie. You see them struggling with, trying to get an angle or something. Hey, let me do that for you. And then you tell, hey, let's get one in here together. And I'm telling you, everybody loosens up, man. And all of a sudden, when it's time to go home, you met everybody and you're friends with everybody. So you got to get out there and talk to people and meet people. And most important, have fun. Man, people are so attracted to fun. We went through 2.5 years of not having a lot of fun with each other, why everything was locked up and locked down, and people miss it. They really miss it. So April? Yeah, I'm going to save stuff for next week, but let's open it up because we're already well past half an hour. Any questions, any thoughts on any struggles, anything that you want to say, or?
Feel free. This is our open training call. Don't be afraid to talk.
Have you thought of,
go.
I was gonna say, have you thought about doing anything for Black Friday?
You know what? That's a company thing. And I know Marina's doing her Double Down Black Friday. You know what? We have so much momentum going on. I don't know that we need to take the time to, and I did not listen to any of that this year. I don't know that we need to take the time with the momentum of the collagen. We just need to tell people what we got. Nobody knows what we got. Show them a before and after picture and go ahead. And, the opportunity, particularly for women, when I talk to women, I use words like words first activating collagen, or the world's first, world being big, first, activating. I've always used, words that are not absolutes. I don't, even when I explain the comp plan, it's, 40% off on the front end, that's $60. You make an average of 8 to 10 on the back end, because most people are not quick with numbers. They're not going to know the numbers. They don't understand the numbers. But if you use words like category creating, or nobody knows about this, that's when people get excited about a business, because they hear buzzwords. They don't understand 10% of $1 million or whatever. Lazy brains. We have really lazy brains these days, but they can buy emotion, and emotion is easy for them. So, even when you get people in, and this was the other thing I was thinking of, when you get people in, people are going to come and go, and they don't really ever go. I can tell you people that we signed up for Protandem 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, surfaced back around and said, I want that collagen. They've been watching the whole time, or, they sign up and buy an elite package, and then it's crickets for 2 months. And then they come back and they said, oh, my dog got sick, or my daughter got hurt, or whatever went on, So I'm ready to get started. I'd be a multi-millionaire for every time somebody came back to me and said, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to, what was the word they used to use, Bobby?
Re-engage.
Re-engage, or I mean, there's all
That
these
was Rance's word.
yeah. So, but that's our business. It's a people business, and people come, people go. But as long as you've got them on subscription and they're buying product every month, you are the absolute winner. So sometimes things don't look as big as you want, but if I only measured some numbers, it would be the number of auto ships I have every month. That's what I would really zero in on.
Yeah, the most important number that April and I pay attention to is, are your subscriptions going up every month? Okay, because you're going to have hit and miss months with people recruiting new distributors. Okay, that's going to be hit and miss. The one thing that should never be hit and miss is how many new customers joined and how much these subscriptions went up. That's the true barometer, because that's the number you're starting the new month with. So you can look at the month before. So let's say if Jaya started with 15,000 the month before, and now she just had her best month, and maybe now she's at 19,000. Well, she knows that going into November, 19,000 is the starting point. Okay. And if she can get her team to have a good recruiting month and get more people getting subscriptions, okay, that's the real barometer in it. But folks, I want to tell you something. This company, from the time we joined and eight years before we got here, has made people absolutely sick with science. And we finally have pictures where we can act like kindergartners and show before and after pictures. And you don't need to go very far with collagen, with showing before and after pictures, and say, and if you really want the high octane version, add the Protandem to it. And I'm telling you, if you will just keep it that simple, before and after pictures, and let's call it, that's regular gas. And if you want premium, you add Protandem. Okay. And that's it. Okay. And you put it on subscription because you want to give your body an opportunity to respond to all the benefits the collagen offers. So in the beginning, you'll see some lines, you'll see some coloration, you'll see some things visually, aesthetically, you'll see. But if you want to experience all the benefits, you got to give it 3 or 4 months. So you want to be on subscription. Okay, and you keep it that simple, getting back to Black Friday. I just hope they do a buy 2, get 1 free on collagen. I don't know. I just don't mess up the collagen thing right now. They got 3 million in inventory. I know there's probably another 10 million on its way. Don't mess with it. Let us just have at it, because 90% of the subscriptions over the last 13 years is Protandem. It's Protandem, it's Tri-Synergizer. That's what's on subscription. Maybe now 5 or 10% of it is collagen. We got a long way to go to match Protandem with subscriptions of collagen. We have a long way to go. So
I want you to appreciate, it sounds really good when a company sells a product 2 for 1. Or they're gonna give us, 50% off of collagen for the next month. You do realize that means we get 50% of the points, so now
Right.
we're earning at 50%.
Right.
So while Double Down, Black Friday, and some of these things sound good to move product, you're also working at a lesser dollar amount. So I always watch, and I'm a fan of putting packages together and stuff, but I don't want to spend my time introducing a product to somebody where I get paid 50% of what I normally do. Okay. And
Well,
this,
and they buy an extra one and they cancel their subscription the next month.
right, or by.
Okay, there's no benefit to that
Right.
one either. I mean,
Right. So again, I just, sometimes there's things behind a business that when you're new in the business, you don't understand, but I understand working and I want to get my full points. I don't want to get a discounted points. I mean, I'm sorry, if I'm going to work, I want to get 100% of what it is and not take that away. So, if they do something, I like when they do limited time offer. So if they come out with collagen and maybe a magnifying mirror or something to help you take pictures of it, I can't even imagine what it is. But if they come out with a gadget that's limited time offer, I'm fine with that. But again, I don't want to reduce greatly the points of what I'm making. And this business is all about saying to me a few words, getting good with a few words and a few scripts over and over again. I told you before, sure is a word, interesting, open. Are you open to hearing what I have to say, or are you open for me to sharing? There's just a few words. And when you get good at those scripts and they just flow, why change it? If it's working for you. So next time you get a customer to buy, analyze why the customer bought. How did that conversation go? What did you say, or what more importantly, didn't you say to that person that you were able to make them buy? Because that's where we all really need to spend our time, is making sure what we do say to somebody comes across with the message that we need so that we get the action we want. And so, and again, I think you'll see my vocabulary is very limited to a few words, and most everyone's is in this business. And if you're doing too much talking, that's where you're losing. So, but anyway, we're so way over.
no, we're not. If they want to
No?
talk,
Okay,
it's not.
all right.
Zuma, go ahead.
Just
I
real-
thought you raised
hey.
your hand, Zuma.
Bob,
Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Zuma, you're
hey,
next.
just to add with what you were saying about the airline tickets and the hotel. I just heard that Delta airline pilots just voted unanimously to possibly do a strike. So
Uh-oh.
the earlier you get your ticket, they can't change the price.
After they give them their raises.
Just
Hopefully they're still flying,
just watch out for booking about Delta.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Just let you know.
Yeah, I booked, fortunately, Southwest goes straight to New Orleans. I booked on Southwest, but Zuma. You good?
She got her question.
Yeah. Catalina, are you excited for Saturday?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I need to talk, April, I need to talk to you for a second after this
Okay.
for
Okay,
some
good.
details there, but yeah, we already have, confirmations and and
No, it'll
going.
be good. And do me a favor, April's going to be doing the presentation, most of it anyway. Could you make sure there's some people whose job it is to take lots of pictures? Just make sure somebody has got that job to take lots of pictures, because we're all going to want them, for marketing on
Yeah.
social media and
Yeah.
stories and Facebook and stuff. So, and it's your office. I know Jay and Lucian taking care of catering. I know there's different people doing different things. So if we could assign 2 or 3 people where their job is to get a lot of pictures, that would be helpful. So those of you that are actually putting the show on don't need to worry about stopping for pictures, get someone to do it. So.
Also, you're going to have a sign-in sheet. I
Yeah.
don't know if
We
Okay.
yeah, you need the whole
Signing
shebang.
sheet and name tag. name tag.
Name
You know,
tag.
I know
I will
Hannah's
look into
bringing,
it. I may have some. So that's
may
what
have
I
some
always
too.
decided.
I may have some too.
good.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
know
I have-
Hannah is bringing, some giveaway stuff for raffle or giveaway or whatever with her, and I think some samples and stuff too. So she's excited.
She's real excited. I talked to
Yeah,
her.
she's excited. She
Yeah.
don't, you don't need to
No.
twist her arm to get on a plane and go somewhere to do an
No.
Activate event.
Oh, she's
So-
excited.
She was
When-
bugging us about Chicago for months. So it's like,
When they went to Puerto Rico, they had little cups with with a collagen. They didn't give the whole bottle. So they have a
would they
table.
like
and
split
they
a
pour-
bottle into a couple cups or so?
Maybe they didn't have enough. When we were in Tampa, we had full ones, didn't we, Cheryl?
Oh, yeah, I did 3.
Yeah, yeah. So I
They had
depending on how
bottles
much
out
they
on the
can carry or
tables,
not.
and when the meeting
Yeah.
was over, there was still unopened bottles on the table, so I just started drinking them.
And then they also have Axio and the
She's
small
bringing
cups. So
Axio. Yes, she is bringing Axio too. She asked me that. So
Oh,
yeah,
she's bringing.
bringing
I was
Axio.
going to
Yes.
bring Axio.
Yeah,
the company did a
Doesn't-
great
look,
job.
It doesn't
Um,
hurt to have stuff with you or something in your
Yeah.
in the
bag,
car.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, or your car or whatever. It doesn't hurt to do that, but I'm sure it's gonna be a great day Saturday, and keep in mind, she'll just be that much more excited to go to the next place wherever we need her to go next, you know what I mean? She'll just be excited to do it. So, you know, we get someone going in another area, and it won't be hard to get her to do it again, so. But anyone else, any last minute stuff?
So
go
you
ahead.
said that somebody in so people that are so the collagen is only in US right now, right?
Yeah, they're working on getting it available for some other countries
I
now.
mean, US and Canada, I know.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, they're working on that. You know, it's not as easy as it sounds. The more we've gotten involved with corporate, the more we understand what it is. And, you know, I can't tell you how many times they've had a product ready to go, say Axio, ready to go into other countries. And then they have an election and somebody new is in charge and things change. And all of a sudden what was okay is now not okay. You know, it happens all the time. So I have a new appreciation for things getting cleared to go to countries, having made friends with people at LifeVantage. Yeah, Jaya.
Bob, India has had the most stable government for the last 10 years or so, Narendra Modi. And we are very much, there are more people richer there. Why are we not taking the business
Because you
to
haven't
India?
done it. I'm going to tell you something about countries, folks, okay? It's not LifeVantage's job to open a country. It's our job. We find a person that wants to do it. We buy or sell the product to them or for them. We prove to the company there's a market, and then they open it. They're not going to guess, okay? They're not going to guess, and they're not going to spend their money on that. That's for us to do.
But
Good.
how can it be sold if it's not approved in that country?
They have shipping here.
You
Yeah.
gotta find out if you can send product there and it gets through.
There are
Exactly.
places in
That's the
California,
problem.
Florida, yeah, that ship worldwide. So
Right.
they have these warehouses, Florida, and
Like
it's
our
very
team in the
acceptable.
Netherlands, has been buying US products that they don't have in Europe. In the United States, it goes to like a mailbox, et cetera, place that ships everywhere in Sarasota, Florida. Every month I can look and I'll
Yeah.
see a half a dozen distributors from Netherlands that ordered American products, sent it to Sarasota, and from there it goes over to Amsterdam where they live. So it's, you know, and now it's collagen. It used to be Axio all the time. Now they're just buying tons of collagen because supposedly the collagen for Europe and Canada, and I think maybe Australia, supposedly it's only a few months away. Okay, maybe 90 days away. So they've already started buying it and getting people on it So when it's available, they already have a customer base, but that's what they do. You know, you gotta find an entrepreneur-minded person that isn't afraid to spend a few $1,000s to try and be first in a country. You know, that's how it works, you know? Zuma, did you raise your hand?
Yes, what I have and found out is like when they go through those, you know, through that way, when they open it, they have to check it. One, they have to pay a lot of money, and two, sometimes they say no, that is a supplement or it's not approved. So we had to find out.
Well, and
exactly.
what I'm saying is, and even our old company, it was the same way. The company does not do that. Distributors do that. Okay, we are entrepreneurs, we're distributors. You can wait until a country is opened by someone that's more of an entrepreneur than you are or I am. And just wait, and when it's open, then you reach out to who you know there. Okay, I can tell you the Philippines had tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of product going into it through Australia for years before it got opened. The
Oh,
company didn't spend $1 million on offices and warehouses in the Philippines hoping it would work. The Australian distributors proved that it worked, and then the company opened it. Okay, so that's, you know, and it doesn't have to be big money. It just, you got to ship it and see if it gets through. You know, you got to see what it costs. You got, I mean, that's, you know, and collagen's going to be a little bit of a different problem because it's so heavy as compared to Protandim, you know. I mean, I sent out, April got one of our classmates on collagen yesterday, somebody from high school, and I sent it out today, and you know, it's 10 pounds.
It was
Okay,
$40.
for a month, you know, it's 10 pounds. So it was only going in Florida, it was only $8 shipping because it was only going a couple hours from where we live, but 10 pounds is 10 pounds. You know how many bottles of Protandim I could get in a box that weighed 10 pounds? I mean, you could probably put 100 bottles in a box where you got $5,000 of product versus $100 in product. So, you know, collagen, you know, you may have to wait until the country gets opened. I don't know.
but there's also another problem. Post office asks you whether there is a liquid or not. Post office
Not
is
me, never.
But Jay, I mailed it anyways. I
You
mailed
just
a
mail
whole
it,
month.
Jay. What are you kidding me? You don't mark
I
if it's
mailed it,
liquid or
yeah.
not. You just send it. I
sent-
always
They
say,
make you
it's-
sign whether there is a
who
liquid or
cares?
not.
I always say
Yeah,
it's
but they
books. Books
don't
are
care,
heavy.
Jay.
So
I
you
told
can
them,
say, you
this
can
is
say it's a
liquid.
book. Books are
Bobby,
heavy.
I told them that it was liquid. I said it's fragile, and I showed them one and you know, a separate bottle. This is what is in here. They said no problem. I mailed it. I told them right up front. Up front.
Well,
what it was.
everything that I've ever shipped got there and I never once said it was liquid. Not once. I'm not shipping hazardous material for Pete's sake. It's a vitamin juice. I mean, come on.
I know, but I'm only worried about when they go and whenever I send something, they ask. So that's why I'm
Then
reluctant to
get an online account, Jay, where you don't do it at you shouldn't be doing it at the post office anyway. You should be doing it online. You print out the label
I still
online
go to post office.
and you just drop it at the post office. You don't need to sign or do anything.
Okay.
And doing it online, you generally save about 25% on the postage.
Oh, okay.
It's much cheaper, and the whole setup's free. There's 1 million of them, so they're free because you're buying the postage from them. So the service is free, but no questions asked. They just want to know the size of the box and the weight. They don't ask no other questions. Anything else? Anyone else? Well, let's make sure, I want everyone that's on here to make sure that November is the biggest month you ever had. But for that to happen, you got to start doing business and reaching out to people right away. I always said the most wasted 5 days of the month, without a doubt, is the first 5 days of the month. because we close the month and then the subscriptions go out on the 5th, that in between period is the most wasted 5 days in business, period. And that is where you make up for having a big month, by making those 5 days worthwhile. That's the key. And that's why we just get right back to it. You know, we don't want to waste those first 5 days of the month. And then subscriptions come out. So it's like day 5 is almost like a total waste, because people think they hit the lottery because their subscriptions went out and they don't do nothing. Okay. So you got to play mental games with yourself in this business, man. You got to just do what I do. Have an Excel sheet that's got 31 days on it and 12 months on it. Okay. And make sure that the 1st of November is better than the 1st of October. Make sure the 2nd of November is better than the 2nd of October. We do it every day, April and I. We make sure that November 3rd is better than October 3rd. Every once in a while, we get thrown for a loop because maybe a big order went in. Okay. And you just can't quite catch up, you know, that day. But by the time you get midway through the month, try it. Write down your volume, your personal and your organization, both. Okay. What you've done and just track it. And all I do, I look back. Okay. We're ahead of October. Oh, we're a little behind. That's how I know if I got to put the pedal to the metal or if I can chill a little bit. That's how I know, because I'm always comparing it to the same day the month before. So, but anyway, let's have a big month. 9th and 29th, collagen launches online. The 5th, we're in Chicago. If you happen to know anybody in the Sarasota area, I mean, I'm going to look who I got in that area, if anybody, because Brian and Holly do a fabulous job. I'd love for someone to go in their home and see a Sip and Glow presentation. You know, I'm going to look and see. They offered, so I'm going to see who I know in the area. So anyway, April, we good? You got anything else?
Yep. No, I'm good.
Everybody good? You know how to reach us. Joanne, congratulations again. I know you didn't want to show your face or talk to us, but great job. Okay. And I can tell you this based on a couple of the doctors under Joanne that we're working with and April has relationships with. I can tell you this, she'll be 6 probably by the end of the year. Okay. There's just some really, really, really cool stuff happening with the collagen in big ways. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. And just reach out if you need anything. Bye-bye.
Bye.